when I was in Virginia, I was more closer to the Blue Ridge Mountains than the coastline. But Savannah, I was
There's a
literally like
famous
20
song
minutes away
that
from
would
the
tie
ocean.
into the Fallout discussion. If you
Hmm.
want to pull that up, and we could start with that one instead.
Sure, sure, sure.
The
Not a worry.
fucking what is that song? The
Oh,
West
Country
from
Roads.
yeah, Country Roads. I couldn't think of the
Yeah,
name.
yeah. No, it's all right. It's all right. Yeah, no, we can start by talking about Fallout. I mean, we already kind of mentioned a little bit of dystopic future hellscape, so we will
I
make a.
do gotta say that this is all apparently leaks, even
Mhm.
though the so one I'm iffy on is the bottom left picture, the Roman soldiers with the guy who's like the Lucy's father.
Mhm.
I don't remember
Kyle McLaughlin.
I don't remember names. Like
That's
I'm
all
very
right. That's all
terrible
right.
with
I'm
that.
I'm a I'm a giant David Lynch fan, as you can see here in the background. I've got Inland Empire just kind of playing in the background. But yeah, he was Agent Cooper in Twin Peaks, amongst a few other characters in as you watch the whole thing. And then he was also
I
in Velvet and Dune.
I mean, I haven't watched Dune, even though I should have. But like, when it comes to that photo in particular, I do think it's fake because those do not like the one in the top left picture. Obviously, looks like
Oh yeah,
like the Legionnaires there from New Vegas.
yeah.
But I feel like those are from like Monty Python or some shit. It's
They're
not
not
even
very
like
dirty.
Fallout.
Well, I
Like
mean, it could be something where uh it might be something that's set in the past, maybe,
Well,
you
to
know?
be honest, like I don't know where like they would get caught in like that because like I in the Fallout franchise, we have yet
Mhm.
to see mutated sheep.
Right, right, right.
We know there's cows, but obviously cows would make leather, not really like
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
I
cotton
guess
cotton comes from plants.
no, I
Wool
know
is
no, but
yeah.
yeah, I thought about wool. It could be cotton because I feel like they might have farms in the Legion area.
Possible.
Uh They probably would, but I'm not sure if they would grow cotton and not just like regular food.
Yeah, I mean, I think in a dystopic hellscape like that, most things are probably going to be fashioned out of something like leather or, with it being the future, they've got the jumpsuits and everything like that. But
Well, so the
this
Legion wears what's it called? Like
Roman
sports
kind of,
gear. They
yeah,
wore
yeah, yeah,
and they fashioned them to look like Roman soldiers.
right. Yeah, I mean, this could be early on, before the bombs. Oh, actually,
No,
that would
they
mess
would.
with the
It
lore.
wouldn't be
Yeah,
before the bombs. It's like so the Legion was formed. I want to say at
yeah,
least within the 22 hundreds.
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah,
like I think I'm not sure how old Caesar is, but he's at least 50, I
yeah,
think.
yeah.
And I think I forget the direct time New Vegas takes place, but I want to say it's
Right.
2282.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't watched season 1. I hear mixed things about it. So I don't know how closely they're keeping to the established lore. I've heard certain things are kind of a little bit askew. So I don't know if they're going to deviate. So yeah, but yeah, you're right.
So that's really
If
the
they're sticking to the
reason.
lore, yeah, they shouldn't be doing this whole Spartan thing until people are, you know, already dealing with the fallout.
I will say I don't think any of the Legionnaires wear something like that cape the guy has. Like they all like even Caesar doesn't wear a cape like that. So I have no idea like genuinely what type of Legionnaire wears that.
Yeah, I mean,
Even the
it is an
Centurions.
adaptation though, so I mean, it could be. I mean, it
Well,
of the three pictures
apparently
that
it
are
is canon to the games, so that's one of the reasons I deeply hate this show.
right, right. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm just saying, canon. I I when season 1 came out, they dropped all the episodes on one day, And
And I
I
think that was a mistake because people love that show. Even
well, I think people love that show because they dropped it all in one day. Because I have this theory, right? If you have something that's kinda like just popcorn, right? You don't really want people to spend time with it and really think about it, dissect it. You drop it all at once because then it's like, "Oh, I've got 6 to 8 hours of content to watch here," and you watch it all in one go, and so it just kinda washes over you, and you don't really take time to really kinda analyze as much what you're going through, and you don't have time to break down what I watch over the course of an hour, you just as well when you have to break down what have I been watching for the last 6 to 8
I
hours,
don't
'cause
think
you
I feel like the average household though didn't like binge it. I feel like they watched maybe an episode or two at least a day. Like I
um, I mean, I know a lot I mean, of course, I talk to content creators and whatnot, and so all the people that I knew just watched it all in one go, and so what I'm saying
that's not
is
I'm
for
saying the average person though. Like the average person I
possibly
feel like are way too busy compared to content creators who do this for a job.
I know a lot of people that do binge watching, so I think it's probably mixed, but what I'm saying is at least and it might just be the skewed view of, most people I know, content creation, and so a lot of people, because that's part of my reason why I never watched first season, because I was like, if you're gonna drop all of that on one day, it seems like it's probably a turd in some ways, and they don't want you to actually be able to watch it for
Well,
an
I
hour
feel
and
like
then
because Bethesda like has gotten so much hate after 76, after Starfield, they didn't expect the show to be loved, but it's loved by the wrong people. It's loved by
right, but
people who
what
haven't played the games, who haven't got deep into the lore.
right, right, but that's what I'm saying, though, is that if it happens all at once and you don't watch if you watch an hour, you can sit here and be like, "What was it I just watched?"
Well,
You kind of
that's what I was trying to explain.
recollect it a little bit more.
I
I
feel
know,
like
but
they did it because they thought it was gonna fail.
right, 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 but that's what I'm saying, though, is for those people that did watch all 6 to 8 hours, however long the
Yep.
playtime is for the whole thing, what I'm saying is I think that they watched it at a surface level, and as long as it looked at the surface decent enough, but,
No, I
that
completely agree. I feel like
so
no actual fans love this show, and if they are fans, they're fan of Bethesda, not the old games.
yeah, I mean, I know, a few people that said that, they were adapting the, play mechanics and things like that into the characters and this and that, and so, like, any adaptation, there's
Well, I thought
nothing's
that
ever
was afterwards, and the people actually made sheets in them for the characters. Maybe like one of the script writers, I feel like did that. They act
well, I know, like, the one guy who's in the, who's in the actual Fallout, in the power armor, he's something of, an idiot, which, that's his intelligence. His
I don't know the
intelligence
guy's name. I don't know the actor's name, but the Brotherhood guy who like fails upwards throughout the
yeah, yeah.
entire show.
He's got low intelligence, but he's got high luck, is kind of like
I
the thing,
feel that
and
completely.
that could be people just trying to make sense of it all, but again, it's like when you adapt anything from one media to another, there are always going to be changes, so, Kyle MacLachlan being in it, as much as I appreciate him as an actor, I don't know, I kind of I'm not really a big, as you said, 76. I didn't I have a copy of it now, I think that I got for free at some point in time. I still haven't played it. I think my brother uses my account to, make trades with his primary. But yeah, I got Fallout 4 and I got into it and I noticed, there was some stuff back in my game design days. I actually had a, like 4 to 6 hour long conversation with, Emil, Pellegrino, and Paglia
Rulo or whatever.
yeah, Pagler, yeah, it's hard as hell. I can never say his name correctly. Either way,
That
we were
dude like is very hated like by people
oh,
who
yeah,
are
I
old
understand why.
fans.
I've had like I said, I had a conversation with him for 4 to 6 hours, and some of the things that I talked to him about, uh, ended up kind of being in Fallout 4. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that he took my ideas and ran with them, but he did give me his contact information and told me to get a hold of him, and then 2 weeks later, completely ghosted me. Because I talked to him. I was at GDC one year, talking to him about this game narrative that I'd written when I was in art school called Haven's Fall, and I told him how, like, it could fit into a
Do
Fallout.
you know what like part of Fallout that you think he copied, or
Oh,
because
yeah.
I know the main quest was teased all the way back in Fallout 3.
Yeah, yeah, like, the stuff in there. I mean, the stuff about the echelon, all that kind of stuff is pretty established, but, like, the thing about, the robots that think they're humans and all that kind of stuff, like, we had like I said, this
Well,
was a
I
broad,
think it was
wide-ranging
more so
conversation.
Blade Runner that really got them into it, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, there were certain kind of things I looked at, and I might have been just a little bit jaded because, like I said, I talked to this guy for like 4 to 6 hours. He seemed like he was very intent on, keeping in contact with me. Thought, hey, maybe wouldn't it be cool? I could work on a Fallout game, possibly. But the game that we were working on had a whole bunch of, it was set in a dystopian hellscape kind of reality.
To
Not
be fair, I don't
not
consider
exactly.
any of the Fallout games a hellscape. It's too colorful nowadays.
Well,
It was
right,
different
but
with
when I say hellscape, I'm not talking about the way something looks, like, I'm talking
right.
about, like,
It's
just
just the theme, right?
right, 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 right,
We
like,
should
everything's a
probably get back
wasteland
to the
there.
topic though. Like well, I mean, I'm not trying to rush you. Like if you
Yeah,
want to continue, I just so when it comes to stuff like that power armor suit you see, because it's just Bethesda really continuing to pretty much, how do I put this? Pretty much just copy something that's old and make it modernized with them.
right. Um, yeah, I mean, oh, here, let me bring that back up again.
Everyone loves power armor. Like it's just a gag at this point because like so when it comes to Fallout 1 and 2, and then I think in 3, it's actually said that it's actually said that once again, I think I'm on the wrong page, my bad. It's
No
actually
worries.
said that pretty much before the nuclear apocalypse, there's only a few suits ever finished. There was the T-51 and then the T-45.
Oh, yeah, no, it's one of those things where it's like, whenever as the games progressed, you see more and more people in power armor, and then it just kind of becomes like this thing where it's like, I thought resources were scarce. You know, it
I
was
just so it's either
yeah,
that they found this ranger power armor, because and that's unlikely because it was only within the last 15 years, like specifically when the Chinese invaded Alaska in Fallout, where they really progressed the power armor. I can believe that the T-60 in Fallout 4 was created before the war, and I know that XO1, which appears in pre-war military installations, was created post-war because the Enclave created it, but somehow they show in Fallout 4 in abandoned installations. It's just they're using power armor in every game, a new type, a new whatever. Fallout 76 has at least 3 canon power armor like suits that are canon, not like skins or anything.
right.
So it's just like how many times can you create power armor while it being realistic that these are actually a thing?
I think that there's a certain amount of just kinda they're not too concerned about the realism. I mean, it's Bethesda. Look at the
Well,
way they're
lore is something to be like, and they
I
also
understand, but
but so someone at Bethesda, I think it was Pete Hines, came out and said that we're not beholden to 20-year-old lore. And I'm just like, how could you say that when your games are RPGs? The lore is the most important part of RPGs. The story is the most important part.
yeah, I mean, I suppose you could try to cover that up by saying, the bombs drop, everybody's got their own records, communications aren't that good, and so, like, like, they're all just kind of working off of, what they know, and then they kind of, like, will try to say, "Oh, well, but we weren't here in this part of the world the last time you played the game, so, they didn't know about this," or, it's I
I
think
know one of
I
the power armors in 76 is
mm,
a excavator power armor where it pretty much gets you ore twice as fast. And it's just like, I mean, I guess that could exist, but like you gotta admit that it's really like stupid to use power armor that's a military weapon to mine ore.
right. I think, though, ultimately, and this is, like, for people who actually love the lore and this and that, I think that they look at it more as a game experience first, and they just wanna, like, like, have the mechanics and the, all the actual systems working to the best of their ability. I mean, clearly, they always have bugs and things like that, but, like, the damage detection and, like, the way that weapons fire and all that kind of stuff, I think that they're just more concerned at the end of the day, even though the story is a big part of an RPG. I don't think it I don't think it matters to them all that much, which is basically what they
No,
said
that's
with
why a lot of people are pissed at them, really. Because it really doesn't matter to them.
yeah. I mean, ultimately they made a game, it made money, they made another game, it made money, and so on and so forth. And so they have to kind of keep saying,
Well,
"Oh, well,
the funny
but
thing
this too."
is, the like they Todd, like you Todd, obviously you know him, the head of fucking
Yeah,
Bethesda, pretty much.
yeah,
He wanted to create a IP that is directly his, because when he joined Bethesda, he joined after Elder Scrolls was a thing, and even then, I think Elder Scrolls was bought out by Bethesda to actually create them, just like
right,
how Fallout was. But Fallout was really a scummier like situation, really,
right, right.
because Bethesda actually used some really scummy court shit to actually take the rights from Fallout from Black Isle.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bethesda is, I mean, Bethesda's not even Bethesda now at this point. They're just a Microsoft subsidiary. But yeah, the back and forth between all the things that have happened throughout the years, that's part of the reason why they say they don't have to be beholden to all that old lore, is because they it's not them, like they didn't do that. And so I think it's like, when Disney bought Marvel, when Disney bought Star Wars, I'm the guy who owns it now. Don't tell me what to do with the thing I own. And I don't agree with that per se, because I think when you are making stories and creative kind of things, you're not necessarily making it for yourself, you're making it for an audience.